Yo, yo, yo. What's good, man? This is your boy at DFSMasterMind underscore over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is October the 3rd, man. The year is flying by. It's starting to get cold outside, you know what I'm saying? It's feeling good, man. This is the best time of the year, man. We got football. We got basketball coming up. Shout out to basketball. I cashed in some NBA preseason last night. So it's feeling good, man. My two favorite sports are here. So I'm super excited, man. Y'all gonna be seeing my face a lot more, man. I'm gonna stay on it. And I want to put this video out early because to be real with y'all, man, check me out. I make these videos every single week. I've been doing it for baseball. I did it for NBA last year. I want my channel to grow, man, and we are growing. So shout out to everybody that rocks with your boy. I really do appreciate it. I want to give this video the maximum time to flourish. I want y'all to share the videos if y'all appreciate what's in it. Myself personally, I think I give out pretty decent advice. The reason I'm here and the reason I started this channel is because I kind of wanted to showcase and help people like myself, man, average DFS players, man, who's just trying to figure it out and who's trying to get to the green line. I almost said the goal line. People just trying to get to the green line, man, and if I can help, that's what I want to do, man. So I need y'all to do me one favor, man. I want this video to go crazy. Like I want y'all to hit it with thumbs up. I want y'all to hit it with likes. I want y'all to subscribe if you haven't already. And the most important thing I want y'all to do is follow your boy on Twitter at DFSMastermind underscore, man, because that is where you get the latest information from your boy. Since I'm putting this video out Tuesday, I can almost guarantee I will have another video where I'm getting more specific in my picks. But you know, things change, man. Like in my last video, I was talking about how I felt in my bones. I thought Cam Newton would have a good game, but I was iffy, man. I didn't sound confident on the Cam Newton play. But later on during the week, man, I just kept digging into some numbers. I seen a report that said Cam Newton, this was his first week where he was throwing all practice, in every single practice. This is the first week that happened, so he was getting more reps, man. He was getting more comfortable. So that tells me that his shoulder is starting to feel a little bit better, man. So with the New England defense being as bad as it is, I decided to make a bold call, man. You can go back to my Twitter. I know I was very vocal about it. I posted it a 1,000 places. And I felt really good about it. And Cam Newton ended up having a monster game, man. And that's what fantasy is about, man. Calls like that get you to the green line. In all of my Cam Newton lineups, I end up cashing. But in my video, Carson Palmer was my #1 QB, man. He was my cover boy, and he still did okay. I still had me some Palmer exposure. He ended up with like 19 points. And I know a lot of people are down on Palmer, but the man is straight, dude. If you're actually watching these games and not just looking at fantasy totals, at the end of the day, you will see that he is playing good football, man. The offensive line is terrible. San Francisco sacked Carson Palmer 6 times, I believe. That is ridiculous, man. They doubled their total going into the week. I think before that game they had 3 total sacks all season in all 3 games. They get in this game and they sack him 6 times, y'all. So it's not all on Carson Palmer, but if you don't really watch the games and you're just going off results oriented, you won't know things like that, man. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to stick to the process, man, and we got to get it, man. Let's get to the green line. I'm done talking about last week, but I say all that to say follow your boy on Twitter, man, because you know that's gonna be the most recent stuff, man. There may be a Sunday morning report come out, and I have a feeling about somebody that I was so high on, man. So Make sure you check me out over there, man. But anyways, without further ado, we finna hop into these games. I want you to know this is my slate breakdown. This is me starting from scratch, looking into week 5. I don't have any notes written down. All I can do is tell you what I learned from last week, apply it to this week, and moving forward, man. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to let you see my process. I think this is a very, very important part of, getting the week started, man. So let's get into it. Number 1 game on the slate, we have the Chargers versus the Giants. This game opened up at a 44 implied total, and then we have the Giants favored by 4 points. In this one, I believe both of these teams are winless. Just first impressions. All right, we're gonna start off with Chargers offense. Chargers offense, they're always in play because, well, I was just more specifically, the passing game is always gonna be in play because 9 times out of 10, the Chargers will be trailing. They will be losing, man. So Phillip Rivers, in my opinion, he should always, you should always take a look at him. This week necessarily, I'm not too interested into it. Giants have a solid pass defense, but with 44.5 points implied, that's almost to that 45 number that I try to get to. I think whenever you have a total of 45 or higher, it's worth taking a second look at. And this is right on the border, man. So we definitely can look into this. It should be a close game. Like I said, 2 winless teams. They're going to be trying very hard to get that first dub. Yeah, man. So Phillip Rivers in play. Keenan Allen in play. Melvin Gordon, I'm not really trusting him yet. I don't think he's all the way back from the knee. He looked a little iffy. You got Eckler who came in and scored. Tyrell Williams been looking pretty good. Travis Benjamin. I'm not gonna be digging that deep, man. I'm gonna go somewhere else and find me some secure targets, man. But I do think the passing game of both these teams should be in play. On the Giants side of the ball, Eli Manning, since he's got Odell back, he's been on fire, man. He's been doing pretty well. Evan Ingram, we have to talk about this, man. Last game he got 10 targets. Evan Ingram, he's a monster, man. He's a wide receiver in a tight end's body, man. Any linebacker that attempts to cover this man is toast, man. It's gonna be a wrap for him, like straight up. He is a mismatch waiting to happen. I do think he will be in play, especially on these daily fantasy sites. I think we can get him at a very cheap value. Odell Beckham, I think he is in play. We know Jason Verrett is out for the season. But, like nothing is really calling out to me. But I do know both of these teams' passing games should be in play. But I do think the Giants take this one and get that dub, man. They've been looking terrible. And it's sad. Like, I remember at the beginning of the year, they were saying these guys were projected to go to the Super Bowl. We haven't seen a glimmer of that yet, man. So hopefully they get it on track this week. I think they will. The Chargers, they just can't win a football game, man. They always find a way to lose. Next game is going to be Buffalo at Cincinnati. Buffalo's defense has been dominant, man. They've been really good. They've only given up 3 touchdowns, I believe, all season. But with that being said, we do know Buffalo's secondary is very small and very slow. So I'm going to be taking a look at A.J. Green on the Cincinnati side of the ball. I do think he's in play. We've seen him score back-to-back weeks since getting this offensive coordinator. I do think A.J. Green is in play. He will probably be my top play from this game. Like straight up, he's the one guy I want. Cincinnati's defense is pretty tough, and this game is at a 39 total. And Cincinnati's favored by 3.5. So, I don't want too much, man. Like, especially DFS, man. We looking for these high total games. Y'all definitely know which one I'm gonna be highly invested in a little later. But out of this, man, I really don't want too much. I think Shady McCoy is always in play, especially taking stud running backs in tougher matchups. We seen last week with Le'Veon Bell what he was able to do in a matchup where he wasn't getting a lot of people wasn't talking about him. Baltimore's defense is pretty tough. And we seen he just destroyed, man. Like, he just manhandled that team. So I think not Le'Veon. I think Shady could be in a similar situation this week, especially if Buffalo is playing good defense and Tyrod can keep the offense out on the field. I think Shady will be in a good spot, and I'm calling it, man. Shady McCoy will get a touchdown this week, man. He will do it. It's been a long road, man. It's tough for this man, but I think he finds the end zone this week. Moving on to the next one, we got the Jets versus Cleveland. This game also is at a 39, and then we have Cleveland favored by 2.5. The Jets, I think, man, they shouldn't have won that game. First off, I want to start off right there. They beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville is terrible, dude. I was starting to, come around a little bit and think they might have a chance. Blake Bortles hasn't been looking too bad. And then they go to OT and they blow it, man. Bilal Powell, if Matt Forte is out, we're definitely going to take another look at Bilal Powell. I don't want too much of the passing game, even though Cleveland's defense is very suspect, man. They've been giving it up. We seen what Andy Dalton did to him last week. I'm not a big Luke McCown truther, but in this situation, if you're looking for a super value play, I wouldn't try to talk you off of it, man. Just for the simple fact, Cleveland's defense has been terrible. Deshaun Kaiser has been giving the ball up. So I think the Jets' offense will be on the field, man. So we can start off from there. Bilal Powell, though, that's my number one guy from this game. I think Curse will be in play just for the targets he eats up. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, if you're looking for a value tight end, I think he should definitely be in play. And then on Cleveland side of the ball, Deshaun Kaiser, I think we could take a look at him. It's not like Luke McCown or Kaiser. I'm not excited about playing those guys, and I probably won't have any of those guys. Isaiah Crowell, you can't really trust him. Duke Johnson has been stealing a lot of his work. Isaiah Crowell has been quiet this year, man. He's been really, really quiet. But I do think a few touchdowns will be thrown in this one, man. So if you want to target some of these receivers, if people want to go back at Higgins, I know everybody, out of sight, out of mind, man. If somebody has a bad week, if somebody has a bad week and he was chalk, people are very hesitant to go back to him. But I think this week, if you're picking out of this game, I think Higgins or a Kenny Britt, I don't think they're bad options this week. But I don't want too much out of that one because the total's a little too low for me. Moving on to the next game, we have Jacksonville versus Pittsburgh. This game is at a 44.5. You have Pittsburgh favored by 9 points. Straight up, Jacksonville's defense, Jacksonville's secondary is pretty good, man. The run defense is awful. So Pittsburgh at home, I'm looking at the big three always, man. Big Ben, Lev Bell, Antonio Brown. I know Jacksonville's secondary is pretty solid, but in this one, man, I will have me some Antonio Brown, just because I think Jacksonville is going to be so focused on trying to stop Lev Bell after coming off that monster week, that I think Antonio Brown is going to be, butt naked open. And last week we seen Antonio Brown talking about throw me the ball. I'm open. It wasn't your week, man. Calm down. Y'all got the dub. It's okay. But I think this week, Antonio Brown, he's going to show out, man. I have him in 2 of my season-long leagues. I can't wait to see what type of monster number he puts up. And then season-long, I'm going to be locked in on him. Jacksonville side of the ball, Blake Bortles is in play, man, because they're going to be playing from behind. And Leonard Fournette,